Hi, Maj.
Hi, 3 minutes each. Thank you.
Exactly, I'll try my best. Thank you for the time in the space. And I'm going to read again the topic up there, the state of the nation. This is the conversation with Madonna. Perfect. Good. So the first thing I would like to ask ourselves in this space is why are we here? Are we making progress or are we talking about the same things that we've been talking about last year, last week, and last month? What is it that we are here for? Are we revolutionaries here or are we going political way? Because the state of the nation as we speak now, there is no constitution. Ruto has suspended constitution. And for those who don't have eyes, I don't know when you will discover that. Because those who have not seen that are like the tick in the cow. The cow is already dead, but they still sucking the blood. I don't know how long it will take them to know that the cow is actually dead. Revolution, to me, my point of view, is the best solution forward. And what do I mean by revolution? We can be talking about politics here. We can be talking about the court. We can be talking about the judiciary. We all know all that has been conquered, So what is the way forward? What are the solutions? Let's talk solutions a little bit. Let's talk about civil disobedience. Let's talk about popular revolution, like what Dr. Miguna was saying. And by the Dr. Miguna, you can unblock me. And the other thing I wanted to talk about here is Maj, with due respect, I know you bring in a lot of people and you listen to a lot of them, and I'm very grateful for what you do. It's not easy hosting a space. But would you also please just tell the people who are contributing to the space to at least give some solution or peace of mind? Because, come on, at this stage, a lot of people can rant and rant. We all know what is wrong in the country. Kenya is a crime scene. And if anyone in here does not agree with the fact that Kenya is a crime scene, they're in the wrong space. I would be an advocate for revolution. And if we're going to form a movement, we started some space and we were talking about naming the movement as 25th June movement. This one will coincide with most of the revolutions that happened like in Cuba and the rest, And the other thing is about, can we have 100 loyal people, not 1,000 people who are here to joyride? And before I land, I wanted to bring to your attention that we are planning for the Revolution Viva on 11th of November 2024 to boycott Safaricom and the Adani deal. And we'll be occupying Safaricom because all these abductions are happening because of Safaricom. We have intel, we have undisputable, data breach by the Safaricom, and everyone can attune to that. Thank you so much, Maj, for I wish I had more time, but that is what I can say for now.
Thank you so much, Jai, and God bless you too. As we finalize, poor billionaire, Dr. Isaac and Daniel, please 3 minutes each, and let's concentrate on either a solution or a question, because time is not on our side, and some people who are listening here are trying to tamper with the space. Yeah.
Thank you, Maj, for this opportunity. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, let's have poor billionaire go first, and then Daniel, you'll come. Okay, Daniel, please mute. Okay, poor billionaire, go.
Thank you, Maj, for this good opportunity granted to me. I'm also happy to have same space with Dr. Miguna. Miguna is a very good friend of mine, and Professor Kibuta Kibwana. I'm from Busia County. I'm a youth, and I'm not a very happy youth as how things are happening in Kenya. I'm not enjoying the fruits of democracy. Our democracy is corrupt. Our country is corrupt. Our leaders are corrupted, and we have nobody else to at least lean or share our thoughts with. We used to have Miguna, a very tough, good friend of mine, who used to put things in black and white. Nowadays, I don't know what has happened with Miguna, but I still follow him. I want him to address, at least tell us what he thinks about the state of the nation as far as leadership is concerned. We see like now students, they cannot even afford to go to school. Going to campus has become very, very difficult. So we don't know what's going to happen with the education system, but we are being told things are happening in bottom-up approach, things are doing good. but our voice are not well heard. Mr. Ruto used to tell us that he's going to start to work with Mama Mboga, Mutu wa Boda Boda, and definitely Watu wa Mkokoteni. We are not seeing Watu wa Mkokoteni anywhere. So, and we are still seeing Ruto, instead of at least working on how to revive the economy of this country, he is still praising and awarding loyalties, awarding political friends. So I don't know why people who are even at KCC going to at least to clap for one individual who's getting a job, and we have very many youths in the same who are in the same KCC, around thousands of youths who are there looking for jobs, and and nobody. We were really struggling to get these jobs, and you can imagine yesterday or the other day we saw thousands of people going there to clap for one individual who witnessed the Genz being killed anyhowly, who witnessed the police being taken to Haiti, and without any questions. He didn't even question the Ruto, the must go man. We wanted a leader, at least somebody who will question the president or the presidency or executive. But now you see what's happening. We will never have a country if we're going to continue this kind of nonsense. Look at the NHIF, NSSA. I don't know what it has changed from NHIF to PIP. We are not happy at all. So, as from where I come from, I have leaders who we elected them knowing that they were they had good manifesto. But as I'm speaking now, go to the county, it's very pathetic. Hospitals, we have no beds, no toilets. So I don't know whom are we supposed to blame. So because of time, I'll beg to stop there. I'm Paul Pua Billionaire from Busia County. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Daniel, then Isaac, let's concentrate on solutions and questions as we finalize.
Yeah. I have a question, and let me know when my time is up. I have a question, and if this question, I'm going to ask a question. If I'm asking out of ignorance, then please correct me, or if I'm asking out of naivety, then by all means, please correct me. But I've heard a lot of people here, Kifuda, and even to an extent Miguna, saying that we should wait it out and see a new strategy to remove this person. The question is, what are we waiting for? Well, the thing we're going to be waiting for, what will it be? While people are dying in hospitals, when people are dying in hospitals, the economy is collapsing. We all know, everybody here knows Ruto will 100% steal the 2027 election. And then we're going to be right back where we are, where everybody is so angry, he's like, this guy has to go. Now that is my question. Like, what is this that we're supposed to be waiting for to strategize on? Because it is almost like we're going to base our hopes. We are putting our hopes on, number one, the incompetence of the monster, which is we hope he's going to make a mistake, or his patience is that he's just going to sit there while you insult him, while he's being patient and not do anything to you, while we all know he's already kidnapping and killing people. Or number three, we're going to hope on him, like, just suddenly be like his goodwill. It's almost like we're basing all our future hopes on the goodwill, the incompetence, the stupidity, or the morality of a monster we already know is a monster. So if we're waiting, what are we waiting for? And if we do know what we're waiting for how long? That's my question.
Thank you so much for the question, Dr. Isaac.
Thank you, convener, for letting me in. I wish to suggest as follows. This system cannot operate without cash. All these people who are following this president are doing so because they are in business. There is something in it for them. All domination systems, they succeed because they have resources. I really want to suggest to Kenyans that we starve this domination system of cash. And the only way to starve a domination system of cash is to stop consumption, which is unnecessary, so that tax revenue does not flow to this juggernaut. As it is now, we Kenyans, we are saying we are fighting, but we are also engaged in unnecessary consumption, and in the process, a lot of revenue is being raised for this system. And a system that has this amount of cash will continue purchasing the tools with which to destroy the citizenry. And Kenyans, we need to make hard choices. We need to make hard choices. We need to know what is it that we need for life, and what is it that we need, we are consuming, that is simply generating revenue for some people. And I know this is not a very easy thing to do, but what is it that we are consuming and in the process raising taxes for our government, which actually we do not need to do? There is a theologian who coined the term domination system, and he said that the only way to deal with the domination system is to starve it of the things it requires to be able to function. This is something that we can develop further because we don't have enough time now. Let me leave it at that. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Isaac. Sophia, where do you come from?
Convener, I come from Narok County, and I am a lecturer.
I'm asking because I had that warrior spirit, so I was like tipping like Turkana there. Thanks so much. I'm willing to really delve deep on this topic. We can really just create another space for it. Thanks for the very good submissions. I just asked where you come from because I had the warrior spirit in you.
Yes, I'm from Narok County. Yes. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah. So now, Mudiori, I'll give you a minute because you'd spoken before, and then we go to Steve, and then Professor, and then Daktari as we close. Yeah. Mudiori, can you hear me? Closing remarks? Okay. Steve, kindly close as you also address the question, because we were picking the questions as other speakers spoke. Steve? Okay. Professor, over to you.
Thank you very much for, a very, very, very interesting space where, apart from analysis, also some answers, to some of what can be done were coming through. I don't want to repeat, what I said in terms of what can be done, but I want just to pick on, there was the lawyer student who talked about the Constitution and that it is being vacated. And I wanted to combine that concern with the concern of political education. I wish it is possible. First of all, I think civic education must be systematized, or political education. It can't be something of ad hoc, like, you go there, you go there, you go there. I think there has to be an arrangement so that one can account for every ward, and there are about 1450 wards, so that at least we know that, to ensure that this negative ethnicity, this, bribery during elections and all that stuff, people get to another level, like how the Gen Zs go to another level. And so the Gen Zs and so on, that civic education, political education, whatever one wants to call it, sometimes voter, all that is done, very profusely within the country. And if, for example, there are like about 18 law schools, if we could get a summary of the Constitution translated into every language within our country, and maybe that's something that the diaspora would be interested to work with some of those schools to do that. I think that can be the basis of also civic education or political education. And then that translation, also the illustrations are about the problems that are existing, whether it is in health, whether it is in, education, all those issues that our place within the constitutional integrity and so on. And I think the last thing that I wanted to say, there are groups like the coordinating committee working very vigorously. Other groups, working. So I think it's important for those groups to actually have a common meeting, because when they meet together, then they begin to, understand each other more deeply, and they now see the necessity of having to have a joint effort. And I think that is normally what works, because they're positive groups and they're working from different spaces. Now it is time for them now to consider, getting an issue, and then coming together, and from there they can now very urgently, like when somebody asked, what are we waiting for? We are waiting for ourselves.